Let me see if I can explain to you why I'm giving up on the GoPro for sports streaming. This little marvel has spawned an entire genre of filmmaking. It has inspired a whole marketplace full of copycats trying to get a piece of the pie for their own product. And I have to admit, it's the best for strapping onto your helmet and bailing off down the whitewater rapids. It's wonderful for strapping onto your chest and jumping off a mountain on your mountain bike, riding trails all the way to the bottom. To be honest with you, I would love to strap one of these to an umpire's mask and get that perfect pitch view, but that's probably not going to happen either. And even if it did, it would only last for so long. But when it comes to hanging this on a fence and asking it to stream a baseball or softball game, it just doesn't measure up. It just does always leave me disappointed. So here are 5 reasons why I've chosen to stop carrying this in my streaming bag. Number 1, overheating. It's going to overheat any device that is battery powered, that is in direct sunlight. If you allow it to operate, discharging that battery generates heat. It's just a byproduct. It's going to absorb heat from being in the sunlight, and so overheating is a huge issue for the GoPro. They've made great strides from the GoPro 5, 8, 10 to the 12. However, it's still an issue, overheating, whenever you talk about using it to live stream. And you can get around it by taking the battery out of your GoPro and plugging it into an external power source, but that's going to come back and bite you in the butt. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. The second reason that I'm giving up the GoPro and no longer carrying it in my streaming bag is battery life. The battery life on this thing, at best, on a brand new GoPro 12, is going to give you a little over 2 hours. If you turn the Wi-Fi off, if you turn all the other features off, which means you're not going to be live streaming with it to get just over 2 hours of battery life. In order to stream with this, you're going to, again, have to pull the battery out and power it externally, which comes back to bite us in the butt, because the third reason that I'm giving this up in my live streaming kit is because when you take the battery out, it's no longer waterproof. This is great for throwing off in the bottom of the swimming pool and swimming by. It's great for taking down the water slide. But until I start streaming the Savannah Bananas and they add some water features to their program, I'm not even worried about that. I just want it to survive rain. And if I pull this battery door out and I pull this battery out and I plug a cord in here so it doesn't overheat and so it does last long enough to stream a whole game, I no longer have the ability, it no longer has the ability to be waterproof or even rain resistant at that point. And I can't help but think it's built for waterproof. Now you had one job, Carl. If you find this video to be helpful, enjoyable, educational even, would you mind smashing that like button? It's the best way I've found for YouTube to tell me to keep producing content like this. So what do you think so far? Is the GoPro going to be for you? Are you still using your GoPro to stream your kids' baseball games? If you are, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your reasoning behind using this little device. The fourth reason that I'm giving this one up is because of its notorious inability to work with other software. You're going to stream from the GoPro software, and that's about it. You can't bring it into anything else. And so if you want to add things, and so if you want to add overlays yourself, you just struggle to make a better production out of a GoPro. Would it be great for a quick rain delay? Yeah, if you can get your stream down and back up. And the final reason that I'm giving this up is because I'm not into action sports. My days of riding my mountain bike down the biggest hill I can find are over. I've been white rider rafting a couple of times, but I don't do that anymore. And so for the everyday regular sports live streamer, I just don't see this as being a viable option anymore when there are so many other great options on the market, coming onto the market, that will allow us to have a high quality multi-camera live stream.